Dave, you missed something that happened in this room off our air about 2 minutes ago.
Is that right?
It's bothering me. Really.
If I had not witnessed it, I would not have believed it.
The audacity.
We were waiting, Dave, for you to come in the door.
Yeah, that's right.
But we heard a knock at the door, which is unusual because Dave don't knock.
I don't know.
I didn't even hear the knock. Here's how obtuse I am. The door opens. I say, "Hey, Dave." Didn't even look up at it.
Why should you?
Wasn't Dave. I never do. I never even look up at people.
No, it's been decades since you had to look up.
Yeah,
I'll walk in.
You walk in, I say, "Hey, Dave." That's it.
Yeah.
It wasn't Dave. It wasn't Dave. It was a guy named Matt who is a friend of ours who works at this time as well. And he came in carrying some sort of cream whipped concoction over there. And he said, "Biggie, your DoorDash has arrived," and handed it to him. And I was like, what is he talking about? Is Biggie having drinks delivered here? Which is the first reason I was like, oh, yeah, blood boiling, you know. Oh. Can't stand that. Well, then Biggie said, "I guess you know what day it is." And I do. I read.
Then all the tumblers fell into place.
Yeah. It's Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Latte Day.
Yeah.
Which is probably the reason everybody takes off work day to go get one of those GD drinks that I hate. Does that mean that it's been exactly 1 year since I took a dump in your pumpkin spice latte?
Yeah.
Now, last year I did it metaphorically. Today I can do it for real.
Yeah.
The vessel is in the room.
Let's record it.
That's right.
Yeah, I swear to God. I saw, and I said, "Oh, I got to do something special for this." So
couldn't wait.
Oh yeah, I had to line it up.
Oh my God!
Yeah, let me go ahead and get the angry video view with the pumpkin spice latte.
Can you frame it, Biggie, so somehow the Kelly and the drink are both in the frame?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. It's you're a little blurry. I mean, the focus should be the latte.
Snarl, Kelly, snarl.
It's hard to get your face in anger as much as
I hate it.
Yeah, but I saw.
When I saw it happening, that today is pumpkin spice latte.
So how many lackeys had to bring that in?
So we had the DoorDash guy bring it in.
Yeah.
And deliver it to somebody else who brings it in to you. And I don't even look up and say, "Hey, Dave." And it's not even Dave. It's Matt bringing you your drink. So your DoorDash has arrived. When he said your DoorDash has arrived, I wanted to jump out of my skin.
Yeah.
And then I realized what it was. And
the ever-loving F.
Total misery. Complete misery.
Oh, yeah.
You've ruined Kelly's day, Biggie.
You've the whole week. The weekend's gone. That's it, you know.
You know what I say?
That bad, yeah.
Happy pumpkin spice latte day to everybody.
I hate it.
You pooped in his latte last year, and he just pooped
right on me.
On you.
On everything. This whole day.
Your whole day.
The whole day is ruined.
Yes.
It was
your
ruined
daughter's birthday weekend.
It's my daughter's birthday weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's right. And she likes Starbucks. But she's not a pumpkin spice latte person. But what, is that cold or is that hot?
This one's cold.
So you can do them either way.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your bowl of sugar.
Bullish.
Diabetes waiting to happen.
If you follow me on social media, I've been kind of teasing this, like it's almost time.
Oh, have you? Teasing. We just showing the poop emoji and Kelly's face.
My angry face.
Starbucks tease, they just had the date carved into a pumpkin. So right then and there, I shared that. You know, I messed up at first, but luckily you don't really follow your social media. I tagged you in one. I said, "Don't tell Chris Kelly."
And you tagged me.
And then I was like, "Oh, I hope he didn't see that." And I was like, "I don't think
how am I going to see that?
Yeah.
How am I ever going to see that?"
But then today I thought to myself, I was like, "Man, I can do this. I can pull this off."
Yes, no one could pull off an ordering of a drink and having it delivered better than you. You're the
master of that.
You're the master of having it delivered.
Who's the master of the house?
Do you think any other door dashers are delivering single cups of coffee today?
You'd be shocked.
Maybe. It's that big.
It is big.
I read that Krispy Kreme is debuting their new pumpkin spice doggy donuts over the weekend. So they're, of course, they debuted 2 weeks ago. The regular donut, the pumpkin.
Well, they
spice.
say Saturday is like Dog Day or International Dog Day.
Oh, no wonder then.
So yeah, they're doing it for that.
That's why they're doing that.
May I ask, Biggs, what's that cup run you?
He's on the telephone.
That's my question too. What's the price of that?
That's going to be anywhere from $5 to $6 now.
With tip?
Wow. Yeah. Well, tip is different. That's just the pumpkin spice.
Just the pumpkin spice between $5 and $6, and then the delivery.
Oh, that's a different thing.
So how much all in are you on that
with delivery and everything? $13
for that drink.
Yeah,
but it's his only one of the season, right?
It's the only one he'll have all year. He said that last year.
I'm going to be honest. watching you get angry over this, that's priceless.
It's worth $13.
Who did that? Who did the old commercials where they listed everything else?
MasterCard.
Yeah, it was like, pumpkin spice latte 5.
Yeah.
Tip for driver 6.
Yeah.
$2 delivery fee.
13 total.
Watching someone get angry for absolutely the weirdest reason possible. Priceless.
Unbelievable. To know that he sunk $13 into that.
Had it delivered into your studio.
Had it delivered
Pre-planned
into
it.
our studio and pre-planned it. Yesterday when my friend Terry was here, she revealed that she has a food blog and that she makes pizzas all the time. And Chris Demm was very interested.
I noticed you had no questions.
You know how obtuse I am.
You work with this woman side by side.
I love
for
her.
A decade.
I love her.
Plus,
I had zero. I just don't care about anything.
Hey!
Really. I just do not care about that.
I'm doing a food blog. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
She showed us video of how she makes food and drinks and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I look.
She makes craft cocktails. She makes homemade pizza.
Really?
Yeah. She has a pizza. What do they call it? A pizza steel?
Yeah, and you put it in your oven, and your oven gets up to 550 degrees, and then the pizza cook. It takes it forever to get to that, and then pizza cooks in 6 minutes.
6 minutes, and you got a pizza. But you
She
got
says it's better than you get in a restaurant.
That's like the highest your oven can go, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it takes for. She was telling all these stories. And Chris Demm was just question after question after question, and I just stood there slumped.
When can I turn back around and look at my
I
computer?
just didn't care.
It's true.
But Chris Demm said, "You don't put pineapple on a pizza, do you?" And she said, "God, no, I never would." And I said, "I like pineapple on pizza."
And he chimed in.
That's the one. DiGiorno is doing a pineapple pickle pizza. That's their latest thing. Pineapple
Vomit.
pickle. But it's one of those things where you have to go to their website and order. It's not in a store or anything. You have to go to their
No,
website.
and let me
order.
They ship it to you frozen?
Yeah, they ship it to you frozen. They put it on dry ice and ship it to you.
Cheap. How expensive is that?
It doesn't say. I think at first you win them and then you buy them. That's it's one of those kind of a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Pineapple pickle pizza.
Pickle on pizza's popping up more.
That's a big thing now.
Yeah, it is to have pickles, layers of pickles with the cheese, and I just don't get that.
No.
Here's another example of this is food related now. Dave, I want your opinion on this. You're a meteorologist.
In theory.
Okay. Publix used to do something. They sold what they called hurricane cakes. And they would sell it. It would say on there, like, let's say Hurricane Tim is coming through. They'd say, Tim, leave us alone in icing on the cake. And you could order that.
Okay.
They won't do that anymore.
Why?
They think it's insensitive after so many hurricanes have ravaged so many cities across America, including this latest out in California. So they just made the announcement yesterday that they'll no longer be doing what they call their famous hurricane cakes. Especially, they do them a lot in Florida, where hurricanes would come and people would order them like in the days before if they were going to have a hurricane party. And now Publix says we're not going to sell those anymore.
All right. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. I thought it was kind of a fun thing. Yeah, it's like how people put plywood up and write on there like "Leave us alone."
Yeah, you're not rooting for the hurricane.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But they said no, it's too insensitive to people that have been hit by hurricanes and
I mean, people do lose their lives. I'm sure that's what they're thinking.
it is. They think it's a bad look.
But not until after the cake's been eaten.
Cake's
I mean, think about the timing.
been eaten already.
I wonder how many hurricanes have been ruined because the power's out.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
And then
You got to eat them fast.
You can't make it an ice cream cake.
You can't refrigerate your.
You can't refrigerate it.
No, you can't.
Unless you got a generator.
Because your power's out. Exactly.
But what if that hurricane saves you because that's all you have?
That's all you have in the house.
You can float out it.
That's the last thing you have.
Hurricane. I like the name of that. The hurricane.
Just float out on the what do they call it? The
The overwash.
no, there's a word for it. The sea
Storm
surge. Or
surge?
whatever.
yeah, the storm surge.
Yeah.
That you float out
Surf
of.
Ride
out
it
of the
in.
surge.
All I had was this. All I
Thank
had
God
was
for my
Yeah.
Publix hurricane.
My God, this man's coming out of the ocean.
all I had.
I rode it all the way into the waterway.
All I had was this hurricane.
Is that your boogie board? No, it's actually the paper bottom to my hurricane. It saved my life.
Not anymore. You won't get them anymore from Publix.
Is that Publix nationwide? Because I know they're
Yeah.
Publix
Yeah.
in multiple states.
Well, mostly where they were served was Florida, but that nationwide they said, okay, no more. You can't make fun because they would put like a hurricane flag on it. You know that flag.
It's the first and I guess the last I'll ever hear of it.
I know. I never heard of it before.
could you draw the icing? You know that the radar image of the eye.
Oh
and the,
my
Yeah.
gosh, that would be something, wouldn't it? If you had like
Yeah,
the.
you could print it out off the computer and then
you
Yeah,
could
you're
probably
right.
put it
You
on
could.
there.
You could do that. That'd be interesting.
You might not be able to put the hurricane flag on it anymore. But I bet if somebody still wanted go away
Yeah.
hurricane, you could still write it on the ice.
But really, that's all that's written because they
Yeah.
won't do like the hurricane
Yeah.
symbol and they won't do the flag. But so to me, it loses its. Then it's like loses
Yeah.
its punch.
It seems a little too sensitive.
I thought so as well.
Yeah.
But Publix, I don't think wants to, as Chris Demm said, they don't want to be
All right.
associated with something like that.
I mean, you could put, because every hurricane has a name, you could just put the name on the cake.
You could.
And then add your own FU or whatever to it.
Yeah, that's what you'd have. That's what Biggie said.
Like red jelly.
That's what you'd have to do. Red jelly on, because that's all you have, right? Here, let me tell you again how obtuse I am. And this involves, I owe Chris Demm an apology.
Yeah?
Yeah, yesterday it came to my attention. Listen to how this happened. Biggie texted me and said, what's wrong with Chris Demm's ribs? I don't want, listen, you tell me to shut up if I'm getting too sensitive here.
No.
But Biggie says, what's wrong with Chris Demm's ribs? Okay, he texted me that. And I was like, how the hell should I know? I don't know. What are you talking about? And Biggie said, one of my podcast partners says that Chris Demm had to cancel an event this weekend because his ribs are hurt.
How many jokes can I write?
This is personal. And I said,
I've started with one page,
Front and back, both sides.
but I don't.
I texted Biggie. I said, Chris Demm is one of my best friends in the whole world. If his ribs are hurt, I know about it. His ribs are fine.
When he hurts, I hurt.
When he hurts, when he's in pain, I'm in pain. I have rib pain. And so Biggie said, no, man, they're talking about his ribs. And in fact, Biggie's podcast partner says, well, I've been in the office with both Chris Demm and Chris Kelly and asked Chris Demm about the condition of his ribs, and Chris Kelly has been nonplussed and not moved.
Also accurate.
How are they? Fall off the bone?
I had no idea.
Barbecued?
I had no idea.
Oh.
So,
Baby back.
so today,
Back to the jokes. Can I say,
I come into the office, and we're here a half hour or so, and I say, oh, by the way,
Heard the darndest thing.
I heard the darndest
other day.
thing yesterday. Is there something wrong with your ribs? And Chris Demm said, yeah, I'm having some rib issues and can't fly. You were going to fly this
Yeah,
weekend.
I mean, it's like airplane seats,
Yes.
lifting luggage.
Yes, can't do it.
Can't do it.
So he said, yeah, my ribs. So I say to Chris Demm, well, I want to know everything about this. First of all, how long have you been experiencing this pain? And Chris Demm said, 5 months.
April.
And I had no idea. And apparently person after person after person has streamed into the room and said, my God, I'm so sad about your ribs. And I haven't picked up on this. So was there an event where your ribs got hurt?
Probably, but I mean, it's just, the pain is just kind of comes and goes. I mean, there are days when I don't feel anything, but today's a bad day.
So you're having a bad day today, right now?
Very much so.
On which side?
Like right here.
Upper rib cage.
Yeah, upper
on the
left.
left. And you've seen the doctor, I'm sure.
Multiple times.
And what does he say?
He at first they thought it was I've been x-rayed, I've had an EKG, I've had all the tests.
Yeah.
So it's not heart, it's not lungs.
Because that would be my fear.
And
immediately.
nothing's broken. So at first he thought it was the chest wall, and then he thinks it's just like the cartilage that joins ribs together.
Really?
And it's just not healing.
You pulled it.
Ooh. Yeah, you
What
pulled
if
it
you
doing
pulled something in there?
Maybe.
But you don't even remember an event where you went, for the first time.
Sometimes you don't have to.
God, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But mostly I want you to know I'm here for you and have been this entire time without your knowledge, certainly
For
subconsciously.
a good portion of the spring and all the summer.
All the summer.
You've been a rock.
You've been there.
I try to be there for you, you know.
So you're telling me I could have been doing jokes for 5 months?
Yeah, I'm big. I guess I owe you an apology.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You really do owe us all an apology. Isn't that unbelievable that you don't even have an event where something happened and it's not healing up properly?
Yeah, but I mean, you have that short term sometimes, don't you? When you get up one day and like your thigh hurts or your lower back hurts, you're like, what the hell did I do?
Yeah, what happened?
You're like, I haven't done anything.
I know.
And it hurts.
You could have lifted a suitcase out of a trunk 5 months ago without realizing it and messed it up.
Bend over to pick up a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so odd. Well, I'm sorry. Well, but it's all falling into place now. Because
Every time he'd sit, you'd hear him go,
now,
can you be quiet?
Okay, now it's making sense to me. Here's what Chris Demm was supposed to go to New York this weekend to see Broadway plays.
Yeah.
And then they come here, and Chris Demm has already posted about him on social media and all that kind of stuff.
It's a delightful.
Okay.
I would look forward to going. It was a great invitation.
This makes perfect sense. You've been a couple of times.
I have.
And each time, of course, what do? Passive aggressively seethe with rage that you're going and I'm not. But
That's dumb.
But what people say about me is I don't appreciate Broadway plays.
You don't.
I don't do social media.
You don't.
And
You
I
wouldn't have enjoyed the group trip.
I don't like the group dynamic. I think other people think that I make it strange and it's no good. Okay, so Chris Demm goes to the New York show.
And you're not present. You're pickling somewhere else.
That's
you're
right.
running on the treadmill.
Well, that makes perfect sense because 2 days ago, the person who puts this trip together texts me out of the blue. And she said, do you want to go to New York City this weekend? And that's all she said. And I can't because I've got my daughter's birthdays this weekend. So I wrote her back and said, well, I'd love to, but I can't. And she goes, oh, it's too bad. You were going to get to see a bunch of Broadway plays. And I thought, oh, man, they wanted me to go. I didn't even know. They wanted me to go with Chris Demm.
Oh, as a surprise.
As a surprise on a Broadway weekend, the two of us.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out.
We bump into each other on the airplane. You're sitting here?
You could have rubbed his ribs.
I didn't know about that's the thing.
A rib rub.
Then later I find out, it's a rib issue. He's out with a rib, and that's why he's not going on. That's a shame. I really hate that for you.
Me too.
That's bad news. Hopefully by next time it'll be cleared out.
I hope.
My God, that's awful. Do you take any kind of pain medication, or is it just live
No,
with it?
there's nothing.
Just
Nothing's really touched
Some
him.
muscle or whatever.
Yeah. As we age, of course, these kinds of injuries come up. I couldn't hear that.
Yeah, I heard it.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that as we. It's an aging. Sometimes we age. Did you hear?
It could be your podcast.
As we age.
As we age. ...
I might sound a little different this week.
Don't make me laugh.
That's right.
You're on the right show.
There's a, Kevin Hart. He's the comedian, the actor. 44 years old. He challenged Stephen Ridley, who is a friend of his, who's a former NFL player, running back, to a 40-yard dash. And they ran against each other. 40-yard dash. I don't know how this really came about, but it was just a friendly little wager type thing. And now Kevin Hart, he's telling his story now about the 40-yard dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, the age 40 is real. Respect that age. And I don't want you to be alarmed, but I'm in a wheelchair. Why? Well, because I tried to jump out there and do some young stuff. Me and Steven, we got into a little debate. This debate was based off of who was faster. Those that know me know I'm pretty fast. Steven said, Kev, ain't no way you're going to beat me. Steven is an ex-NFL running back, played for the New England Patriots. I said, Steve, you can bet it. He said, bet. I said, bet. We get out there, we go run the 40-year-old dash. Tore my lower abdomen. My abductors are torn. I don't even know what that is, but I tore them. I can't walk. He's 44. Why did I even race? What was I thinking, son? Got to be the stupidest man alive.
Man's in a wheelchair right now. Tore his abductors running a 40-yard dash against a former NFL player. They were at the same barbecue, and Kevin Hart. They were. He said they were at the same barbecue, and Kevin said, "I can outrun you on a 40-yard dash." And Stephen Ridley's like, "I'm an NFL running back. I used to run in the NFL." Kevin Hart's 44 years old. Said, "I'm fast. Let's go." They did it. He's in a wheelchair.
Oof.
In a wheelchair just from running 40 yards.
Is that like between your belly button and your groin?
Abductors.
I think it's right down here.
I've heard it, but I don't know where it is.
I think you're right.
Here?
I think it.
I can't remember where they are.
They talk about them in the gym.
Yeah.
They say you need to stretch those adductors. They say that sometimes. Yeah. And I don't know where they are, honestly. Yeah. But where you're talking sounds about right. And he's in a wheelchair. You hear the man? Can't walk.
And he's a fit fellow.
Yeah, he's in good shape.
Shape.
He's in good shape. I agree. And he probably gave it everything he had to beat that NFL running back. Did not win the race.
Of course not.
What does he say? I'm stupidest man alive.
Have you seen? I mean, obviously they're with the training camps nowadays at the NFL. There's way more technology, but they're saying that some of these guys are running 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards faster than like 20 some miles an hour in pads.
Really?
Like some of the football players they say are now are the fastest they've ever been.
It's not surprising.
Which is not surprising.
You keep getting better and faster. I mean, it just keeps going that direction.
When you see and oftentimes you'll see it in a college football game when one team is outmatched.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
When one guy can simply just outrun an entire team.
And don't you think that that's why the 5-star athletes when they go to Ohio State or where Alabama, that's why it's such a big difference between when they play a cupcake on the schedule because they're all just faster. Yeah. It's just speed, like that.